I will explain the sorts which I have already put into the channel yesterday. Okay, so let us start with this question. So before that, I want to ask you how you all are doing. How are your preparations? Good, great, good to know it. Yeah, students. So let me change the orientation once. I think this is fine. Yes. Now, this is the question where we need to solve it, where e to the power 2x minus 5 times e to the power x plus 6 equal to 0, right? This is given. Now how to solve such questions? Let us see it. Okay. Now let me bring some another page for it. Okay. So this is the question, that is, I'm writing it now. E power 2x, right, minus 5 times e to the power x plus 6 equal to 0. How to solve such questions? You can see e to the power x, it's present over here, and this is also present over here. So we can do one thing. If it is written like this, e to the power x whole square, it will be equal to e to the power 2x, right? And this will be 5 times e to the power x plus 6 equal to 0. So you can see this equation, this is coming where the variable is occupied with e to the power x, right? So if we assume e power x as y, right, then the above equation can be written as y square, because e power x is y. So this will be equal to y square minus 5 times y plus 6 equal to 0, right? You can see this is a quadratic equation in y. So let us solve it. After that we will replace the value of y with e to the power x to get the value of x. Now, when you just solve it, just split the middle term. Minus 5 can be written as 3 and 2. So y square minus 3y minus 2y plus 6 equal to 0. When you multiply, you get the product of the extreme terms, 6y square. You can just do it. Just multiply these two terms, you will get the product of this and this. So here the splitting of the middle terms is happening like this, right? Now take y common from the initial two terms. So what will be there? It will be y minus 3. And from the last two terms, when you take minus 2 as common, you will get my y minus 3 into the braces, right? Now y minus 3 in both the two terms. So bring y minus 3 as common, you are left with my y minus 2. So this will be formed. These two brackets will be there, right? So we can say that y minus 3 is equal to 0 and y minus 2 is equal to 0, right? So this will give you y equal to 3 and y equal to 2. But remember, y e to the power x. So we can write in place of y e to the power x as 3, and here also e to the power x as 2, right? Now you just take ln in both these sides, right? What is ln? You know, ln is the logarithm with base e, right? So taking ln both the sides of these above two values, we get x will be, I'm saying like this, ln of e to the power x equal to ln of 3, right? I think you are getting it. And ln of e to the power x equal to ln of 2. Now you know how to solve ln questions. X which is in the exponent, this will coming into the prefix, right? So x times ln of e equal to ln of 3, and ln, you know, ln is the log base e, this one. So it will be, it can be written as log of e base e, which is equal to 1. So x into 1 equal to ln 3. So we can say that x is ln 3. X is ln 3, right? Now here similarly, x times ln e equal to ln 2, and ln is base e, right? This is base e. So x into 1 equal to ln 2. So x equal to ln 2 and x equal to ln 3 are the two values which are derived for the given equation, right? So students, such questions can be solved very easily, okay? Just apply the concepts which you are having, right? So these source I just put into my channel yesterday, and you can go through this. Sorry, I hope you like it. And going forward, uh, since I have started the explanation of my sorts into my channel, so I think you will be getting benefit of all this, right? So now I will come and explain you a separate question which I have put into my sorts. Okay, let me bring it out, because there is a rhombus ABCD. So I think this question is solved. Now I'm just coming to a next question. There is a rhombus ABCD. Let me turn the page first. There is a rhombus ABCD. Okay, we need to prove. Let us say this is a rhombus. You know what is the property of rhombus? Rhombus, all the four sides are equal and their diagonals intersect at 90 degree, right? So if this is a rhombus and diagonals intersect at 90 degree, then we need to prove circle drawn with any side of the rhombus. Circle drawn, let us say this as A, B, C, D as the rhombus, right? We need to prove circle drawn with any side of the rhombus. From this rhombus, if you are drawing any circle with considering this side of the rhombus as a diameter, then we need to prove that the circle drawn passes through point of intersection of the diagonals, if these are the diagonals, they're intersecting at 90 degree, we'll use that property that the circle is passing through this, right? So here the circle drawn with any side, with any side of rhombus as diameter. I mean to say that if AB is the diameter, or BC is the diameter, or CD is the diameter, or AD is the diameter, then the such circle when drawn, that should be passing through the intersection of this diagonals. I mean to say this point, right? So this is the same question which we are going to prove now. In the source I have put it, but I think that is not enough time. In 1 minute it's very difficult to explain the things. So a circle drawn with any side of rhombus as diameter passes through the point of intersection of its diagonals. This is to prove passes through point of intersection of its diagonals. These are the diagonals, right? So if AB is the diameter, let us consider this, and we are drawing a circle. Let us see, I am able to draw a perfect circle, I hope so. Then this should be going through this, right? I'm just bringing it little right. Yeah. So we need to prove that the circle, if this circle having the center, no, center is lying on this, because AB is the diameter. You can read circle drawn with any side of rhombus as diameter, right? Passes through point of intersection of its diagonals. So this circle is little bigger, so I can try even more better circle now. First draw the circle, and if this is the diameter, let us say this is the diameter, then A, O, B, and this rhombus is forming like this, right? Then this is the point of, this is the diagonals. So we need to prove that this circle is crossing through this point of intersection of the diagonals. Okay, so this is not good figure, so let us don't consider this figure, just consider this one, right? Now what we need to prove, that circle drawn with any side of rhombus as diameter passes through point of intersection of the diagonals of this rhombus. So if ABCD is the rhombus, then AC and BD is the diagonal, right? AC and BD is the diagonal. So that means here we have considered the side AB, which is taken as a diameter, right? So AB equal to diameter, which we have considered over here. So here I am just taking one side and proving it. After that you can do it for the respective sides, other respective sides also. Okay, if you will prove it for one side, that will be applicable to the all, right? Now that means what we need to prove, that circle drawn passes through E. So let us do one thing. In triangle A B, let's say this is the point E, sorry, here E. So in triangle AEB and triangle AED, in triangle AEB, if AB is the diameter, which is also the side of the rhombus, and we know the property of a rhombus that the diagonals of the rhombus intersect at 90 degree, So leave that. This is 90 degree because this is the angle into the semicircle, isn't it? If AB is the diameter, then any angle into the semicircle is a 90 degree. You know it. Hope you remember. If this is the diameter, then this angle is 90 degree. This angle is also 90 degree. This angle is also 90 degree. So all these angles are 90 degree. So being angle into the semicircle, this angle, I'm just highlighting it so that I think this is visible to you, right? We can say that angle AEB equal to 90 degrees, since this is an angle in semicircle. Semicircle, that means this angle is formed by the arc, this arc semicircle, where diameter AB is forming this angle, right? Now, if angle AEB is 90 degree and BED is a straight line, then what is the value of angle BED? That means angle AEB and AED, it's 180 degree. I mean to say this one, this is 180 degree. So we can write angle AEB plus angle AED equal to 180 degree, right? If this is 180 degree, then angle AEB is 90 degree. Just put up this value over here. So this will be 90 degree plus angle AED equal to 180. So just subtract 90 from 180 to get the value of angle AED as 90 degree. So here you can see AED is also calculated as 90 degree, this angle. This angle is also calculated as 90 degree, right? So if you consider these two triangles AEB and AED, you can say A is the common, AE is the common, right? And AB is equal to AD. This AB is equal to AD because these are the sides of the rhombus, and this is one of the angle which is common. So by side, we can say these triangles are congruent, AEB and AED. So we can say, first writing it over, angle AEB equal to angle AED, right? This is common, which is equal to, not common, 90 degree. So this is one of the congruency criteria which it passed. And another is the side of the rhombus, AB equal to AD. So one side is also equal. Actually, all the four sides of the rhombus are equal. So we have considered these two triangles, this one and the adjacent to it, right? So this side is equal now, and one angle is 90 degree, one side is equal, and AE is the common side, right? So can't we say that triangle AEB and AED are congruent? Triangle AEB, let me just push it little upside. We can say that triangle AEB is congruent to triangle AED. So if these two triangles are congruent, we can say that by CPCT, BE equal to DE. This BE is equal to DE, right? So I am writing it over here. By CPCT, congruent part of the congruent triangles, BE equal to DE, right? So if BE equal to DE, we can say that the circle drawn with AB as diameter passes through E. Passes through E. You can see here, diagonal of a rhombus bisects each other equally and they are crossing at 90 degree. So that is also satisfied. So both the criteria is satisfied. So definitely this is the intersection, E is the intersection point of a rhombus. Okay. because the rhombus is just following up the two properties. The diagonal bisects each other equally. Diagonal bisection of diagonals, and they are crossing each other at 90 degrees. So both these criteria is satisfied over here. You can see this was the angle into the semicircle, and since the congruency is proved, this is equal to this. So we can say that the circle drawn with any side of rhombus as diameter, though here we have considered the side AB, it passes through point of intersection of its diagonals, right? This is the diagonal from where it's passing, right? I think you are able to understand this question. So I have also put the sorts of this question yesterday, and I just explained this. Okay. So today we did two questions. First this one, and another. Just a minute. This question we have solved e to the power 2x minus 5 e to the power x plus 6 equal to 0. Now I am coming to the third question, okay, which I put on the source yesterday. Okay, let me see what was that. Just a second. So I have few things with me just to explain you. Okay, that is also a very good question of mensuration. I'm just showing you. Just a second. The question was that yes, a cube whose volume is 1 by 8 cubic centimeter. There is a cube. There is a cube. This is a cube whose all sides are equal. Right? In this question, a cube is given which is kept over another cube. Let us say this is another cube. Right? Which is also kept over another cube. Okay. So I'm just trying to make the cube separate. Okay, this cube is kept over this, and this is cube number 1, this is cube number 2, and this is also kept over a bigger cube. Let us say this is the bigger cube. Okay, and this is also kept over a, though it's looking like a cuboid, but don't think, actually this is a cube which is given into the question. So this is also kept over a third cube. So total 3 cube. This is cube number 3. Okay, I already put a sorts of this yesterday. This is the very latest sort. We need to find a cube whose volume is 1 by 8 cubic centimeter. So the volume of this cube is given as, I'm just writing the heading as volume and just putting it separate over here. Okay, if volume of the cube 1 is 1 by 8 cubic centimeter, 1 by 8 centimeter cube, cubic centimeter, both are same, right? If this is the volume of the first cube which is kept on the second cube, this is the second cube whose volume is given as 1 cubic centimeter. So volume of the second cube is given as 1 centimeter cube, right? Volume. And the third cube, this one, the volume is given as 8 centimeter cube. 8 centimeter cube. So this is the volume 1, this is volume 2, and this is volume 3, which is given into the question. Okay? In a cube whose volume is 1 by 8, a cube whose volume is 1 by 8 cubic centimeter is placed, this is the 1 by 8 cubic centimeter cube volume cube. Okay, this cube is kept over another one. So let me do one thing, I'm just trying to bifurcate this cube with its top and bottom. Okay, so this is the arrangement. We need to find In this question, a cube whose volume is 1 by 8 cubic centimeter is placed on top of a cube. This is the shaded cube on which this first cube is kept. So first cube is kept over cube number 2, okay, whose volume is 1 cubic centimeter. So volume of 1 centimeter cube is the volume of cube number 2, right? And the two cubes are then placed on the top of a third cube whose volume is 8 centimeter cube. So this is the third cube, right? Now we need to find the height of the stacked cube. So this is the stack, this arrangement is there. We need to find the height. That means we need to, I'm just taking another color. So we need to find the height. So we need to find from here to here. What is the height? So this will be the height, right? So in this question, we need to calculate the height. So I'm just mentioning the question. A cube whose volume, just think in between, okay, so that I'm writing the question so that who is joining at a later stage, they will read out the question and will be able to get the benefit of how to solve such questions when I'm explaining it, right? So a cube whose volume, I'm writing just simple VOL, equal to 1 by 8 centimeter cube. I mean to say this cube, the first cube, the volume 1, right? This is given. Is placed on a second cube, on a second cube with volume 1 centimeter cube, right? I am writing this is. So one cube, this is the first cube whose volume is 1 by 8, and the second cube whose volume is 1 centimeter cube. You can see here, this one. This is the shaded cube, right? Now, both these cubes are then placed on the top of a third cube. So this is the third cube. You can see here, this is the third cube. This one, the bigger one, okay? So I'm writing it. The two cubes, that means 1 and 2. This is 1 and this is 2. The two cubes are then placed on top of a third cube. So this is the third cube. This arrangement is kept on the third cube. This is the third cube, right? We need to find third cube, and the volume of the third cube with volume is given as 8 centimeter cube. So this is the 8 centimeter cube, which is the volume of the third cube, right? So we have 3 volumes. This is 1 by 8 for the first cube. On the second cube, 1 centimeter cube, right? And the third cube, this is the third cube with volume 8 centimeter cube, right? So we need to find the height of the stacked cube. The height of the stacked. You know what is the meaning of a stacked? When the things are kept together on each other. This arrangement is called a stacked. Height of a stacked cube is what? This we need to calculate. Now, you know the volume of a cube. What is the formula? Volume of the cube is side cube, side into side into side. So this is the volume of any cube, right? So just do one thing, just take cubic root in both these sides. When you take the cubic root of the volume given, you will get the value of the side. And when you get the value of the side, don't you think that the height of this stacked cube will be the equal to the side of this cube added with side of this cube here, added with side of this cube here. So when you add the sides of cube 1, cube 2, cube number 1, cube number 2 and cube number 3, you will get the complete height of this stack which is asked into the question. Just simply take the cubic root of the volumes given, because when you are taking cubic root of the volume, you will see the side will be coming out. You will get the value of side, right? So do one thing, just take cubic root of V1, that is 1 by 8, then add this with cubic root of V2, the second one 1 centimeter cube with volume 1, and add it with cubic root of the third cube V3. So this will give you the height of given stack of cubes. The 3 cubes arrangement is shown, then the height of a stack you will be getting it, right? How? Just take the cubic root of V1, add it with cubic root of V2 and add it with the cubic root of V3. So in this way you will be getting the total height of the you will get the total height of this arrangement, this stack, right? So when you're taking the cubic root of V1, what will be the value? 1 by 8 cubic root. 8 is the cubic root of 2. So when you take the cubic root of V1, actually I am just lack of space over here. So let me write it over here. I think this is fine. This is cubic root of V1 will be added with cubic root of V2. This will added with cubic root of V3. This will give you this height shown in highlighted in blue. Brown. Right? So cubic root of V1 will be, let me write it into this cube, right? So cubic root of V1 will be cubic root of 1 by 8. This will be added with cubic root of V2. That is cubic root of V2 will be cubic root of 1. This will be added with cubic root of V3. That is cubic root of the third cube. Cubic root of 8 is 2, because 2, 2, 2. 2 into 2, 4, 4 into 2, 8. So 2 will be coming out for this cubic root of 8. And for this cubic root of 1, we will get 1. Why? Because 1 into 1 into 1 can be multiplied n number of times to get the value 1. So cubic root of 1 is 1. And cubic root of 1 by 8. What is the value of cubic root of 1 by 8? Since value of 8 is 2, cubic root of 8 is 2. So cubic root of 1 by 8 will be coming as 1 by 2. So this will be the height of this stack. This is the height of a stack which you are getting. This is the height, right? So this is the height you are getting. 1 by 2 plus 1 plus 2. So 1 plus 2 is 3 and 1 by 2 is 0.5. So we can write 3.5 centimeter is the height of this stack. 3.5 centimeter is the height of the stack, right? What is the stack? The stack arrangement is shown over here, that 3 cubes are there. 1, 2, 3. And the total height will be equal to the cubic root of volume 1, cubic root of volume 2 and cubic root of volume 3 will be added up together. What is volume 1? Volume 1 is the volume of this cube, a smaller cube, which is kept over second cube, whose volume is given as this one V2, and the third cube whose volume is given as V3, right? Now, what is the height of this stack? We need to calculate. So we just simply calculate it by adding cubic root of v1, cubic root of v2, and cubic root of v3 together. Here I have just mentioned, you can see cubic root of v1, cubic root of v2, and cubic root of v3, right? So cubic root of v1, just this is a simple arithmetic calculation, do it. Cubic root of v1 will be coming as v1 is 1 by 8, right? Volume 1 of the first cube is the v1. So 1 by 8 cubic root is coming as 1 by 2, and the second cube volume is 1, cubic root of that is coming as 1, and cubic root of third volume, that is the biggest cube which is kept at the bottom, is cubic root of it, that is coming as 2. Just add up these three values to get 3.5 centimeter as the height of this cubical stack arrangement, right? Three cubes are kept over each other. We need to calculate the height of the cube, height of this stack. So this height of can be calculated by taking cubic root of all these three numbers, all these three volumes. So this is now solved. Any question, students? I want to discuss. Sorry. So I hope you are able to understand the question now, how we have solved it. You can see into the sorts I have put this. I have put the sorts, and you can subscribe to my channel for any further explanations, whatever I am putting into the sorts, or you can put up in some questions also into my channel on the chat. I will take it up. Yes, and I will also say that you are doing good, and just keep on learning. Definitely you will be having success, right? Just keep up the hard work, just understand the things with depth, right? We simply know whenever any student is just going into a class and learning that any class, when you getting a concept of a cube, he know that the volume of a cube is side cube. But how these questions can be manipulated and different questions can be formed, we have seen over there. This is one of the type. Okay, this is the cube. We know the volume of the cube is side cube. One will think, oh my god, how I will solve such questions? Then three cubes are arranged over each other, and how to solve it. So don't get in panic. Okay, just read the question very carefully. So here the question is very clear, that a cube whose volume is 1 by 8 centimeter cube. Just break the question into lines. Okay, just read only one line first. Just read this line. A cube whose volume is 1 by 8. You get it. Now, if you understood this line, then go to the second line. Then that cube whose volume is 1 by 8 centimeter cube is placed on a second cube whose volume is 1 by 1 cm cube. So, understand, hope you understand that the first cube is kept over the second cube, right? So this is placed, just mark the words which is given into the question. This will give you the clarity that how to go ahead, how to solve such questions, okay, or any question. Just read the question very carefully, okay. So a cube whose volume is 1 by 8, so that means the first cube 1 by 8, right? That is done. Is placed means kept. When something is kept over some other place on a table, when a particular object is placed on certain things, so that cube is placed on second cube. So this first cube is placed on the second one. This is the second shaded one, is the second cube, and whose volume is also given as 1 cm cube. The two cubes 1 and 2, this is the 1 and 2, these two cubes, this I've just put it with my thought over here so that you can able to understand the question. The two cubes are then placed on the top of a third cube. So this is the third cube, the bigger one. These two cubes are placed on the top of the third cube. So this is the third cube whose volume is 8 centimeter cube, right? We need to find the height of this stack, height of the stacked cube. How to get it? You know that the effective height will be the height of V1, height of the cube 1, height of the cube 2, and height of the cube 3. You can see the figure, right? This is the brown deep sketch pen with which is just highlighted in the sketch pen, right? Sorry. So the height of the first cube, sorry, the height of the first cube can be taken as cubic root of that volume, because cubic root of the given volume will give you the side of the cube, right? So cubic root of V1 will give you 1 by 2, cubic root of V2 will give you 1, and cubic root of V3, that is the biggest cube volume, will give you 2. So these are the three sides, which is the effective height of this stack. So height of this stack is the value of side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3. What is side 1, side 2 and side 3? What is side 1, side 2 and side 3? These are the sides of cube 1, cube 2, cube 3. Just add it up to get the value of 3.5 centimeter, which is our answer. So the height of the stacked cube is 3.5 centimeter. Students, any query you can put up into the chat. I will explain it again and again unless and until you understood it. Unless and until you understand it. Right? So I hope you liked the session over today with the explanation of source. I will come up with more sessions, and this is not just like putting a source on my channel. I will come up in detailed explanation of each and every source. Okay, so that you can understand the underlying concept behind each and every source which I am explaining and putting into my channel. Okay, just keep on learning, and I will say happy learning. Bye bye. We can carry on, and with details you can put up into the chat session, chat or through the chat channel, that whatever the doubts which are coming to you, I will explain you. So today we have discussed this question: cubical arrangement, the stack, the height of the stack need to be calculated, and this question, a rhombus, circle drawn with any side of rhombus as diameter passes through point of intersection of the diagonals. This we have discussed. Now the third part is this one, which we have discussed. So we have discussed this question, explained it. Okay, even I have explained this question, the question number 2, the rhombus one, where circle drawn with any side of rhombus as diameter passes through point of intersection of its diagonals. We have proved it. And the third questions which we have taken it up today is this one, that is 3 cubical stack arrangement is kept over here. We need to find the height of the cubical stack, right? So I think any kind of doubt you can put up into the chat, I will take it up. Okay, but I will always say, just keep on practicing the mathematics questions daily. Okay, whenever you are leaving it, you are not able to get the continuity. In that way, you will be not having the confidence, and gradually you will be going beyond and far away from the subject. Okay, so just keep on practicing the different types of questions of mensuration, of circles, rhombus, whatever, quadrilaterals, the subject, the classes for in which you are. Just do the questions, do the NCERT questions first, right? After that you can refer any of the side books. Okay, I will not mention anyone, but I am just bringing such questions where some specific concepts have been captured, right? And those concepts you are just getting it. Okay, I am explaining those concepts underlying. Earlier we are knowing that a rhombus is having all the 4 sides equal and diagonals intersect at 90 degrees. This is the basic concept which we are having. Now in this question, we have applied that when the circle is drawn with any side of rhombus as diameter, when any of the side is taken as diameter, then how that circle is passing through the intersection of the diagonals. We have proved it, right? So in this way, we will be using our concepts, right? Earlier only 2 things were there. So now we have applied those concepts to prove it. So we have covered this question, and even we have covered this question, e to the power 2x minus 5 e to the power x plus 6 equal to 0. Here we have what we did, e to the power 2x can be written as e to the power x whole square, right? And when you consider e to the power x as y, you will get y square minus 5y plus 6 equal to 0. So this quadratic equation. This will be converting into a quadratic equation over here. You can see here, right? When this will be a quadratic equation, then what will happen? If this will be a quadratic equation, you can easily solve it. Here you can see the middle term is minus 5. Split the middle term as minus 3 and minus 2. Why? Because when minus 3 will be multiplied with minus 2, you will getting the product of the extremes. This one, that is coefficient. You can see 1 and 6, and minus 3 and minus 2. This will be coming as 6. So you split the middle terms, and taking y as common from the first two terms, you get y minus 3. And taking minus 3 as minus 2 as common from the last two terms, you get y minus 3. So y minus 3 here, y minus 3 here. So brought y minus 3 taken out from here and taken out from here to get y minus 2 into the, which is left over, y minus 2. So we are getting y minus 3 equal to 0 and y minus 2 equal to 0. When you are just, because the product is equal to 0, we can say y minus 3, we are equating y minus 3 as equal to 0, and similarly equating y minus 2 equal to 0, which will give you the value of y as 3 and 2, right? Sorry. So the value of y as 3 and 2 will be coming to you, and here y is the, what is y? Y is e to the power x. So e to the power x is y, that means e to the power x is equal to 3. Similarly, e to the power x equal to 2. Taking ln both the sides, because what is ln? Ln is the logarithm with base e, that is ln, right? That is ln. This is ln. Logarithm with base e. So we have taken the ln because here x exponent will be coming into the prefix, and ln of e will be left. Ln of e base, log of e base e, that is ln, that will be coming as 1. So we are getting x as ln 3 because we have taken ln in both the sides, and x as ln 2. This is our answer. Hope you liked the discussion which happened today. Just keep on learning, and I will say, don't leave your practice. Okay, you are just preparing for any examination. You are preparing for your school examination. This is just exam time. Then I will always say, don't leave. Just do the hard work. This is the last 1 month where you can just because from February mid or starting of February the examination will start. Okay, so just start doing the hard work, and for any kind of trouble in your subject of maths and physics, just put up onto my channel into the chat. I will come up with the explanation, so that I will also help you at my level whatever I can. Okay, but I will always say, keep on practicing, you will succeed, right? This is not only for your examination, this is not only for school examination, but also for your competitive examinations. Okay, you can do the practice. Okay, just take a hold of your subject. Once you are taking a hold of your subject, then only you will be able to do it. Okay, that do the n number of practices. So we have explained this question today. This is the first question, this is the last question, and one more question we have discussed today. That is, I'm showing you again for the students who are joining at a later stage. This is the last question, and this is the second question we discussed. So total 3 questions I have explained today. That is, question number 1 is this one. I have explained it. How to remove the ln, get the value of x. We have taken ln in both the sides. Here you can see log base e is ln. That concept is applied to remove the value of ln e base e as 1, because ln of e or log of e base e is 1. So in this way we have solved this. So question number 1 is explained, question number 2 is explained, question number 3 is explained in my source today. So thank you for watching, and I will always say just keep on practicing these mensuration questions, these questions of quadrilateral, this one which we have discussed, right? And this question of quadratic equation which we have taken, right? So happy learning and keep on learning. Bye bye.